Good morning.
Yep. So we'll just start today's webinar. I hope everyone is able to listen to me. Okay. Just quickly share my screen, and I hope everyone can see my screen. So today we are going to have a webinar on how AI is changing mortgage broker scene in Australia. And currently, what we would be focusing on today would be how we can do faster settlements, better outcomes, and less effort. And I am Ishan. I am the Chief Technology Officer in Builure Services. And today we have our esteemed guest, Kunal, who would be coming in later to discuss some interesting questions and pain points. And he is a executive home loan specialist and experienced mortgage broker. So we'll start with the first thing is that how the client expectations have changed around some years, and how we need to change in terms of the mortgage broking landscape, where clients are a bit more informed in terms of coming with AI and other tools, and now how there would be new ways to adopt and how we can make the whole process more fast and more adaptive for the client. So there are a few things we can see here in terms of how the mortgage broking scene was in 2018 compared to how it's now in terms of less paperwork, how we are giving more answers in sort of real time, and how we are making the client feel more confident. And things have changed and things would be changing, but there are a few differentiators and contrast what we can see over here in terms of expectations, how less time we need to work on different aspects, and we need to focus around the new policies every like they are changing quite frequently. And one more important aspect, what we are currently seeing is that the main focus should be to help the clients in need and not to do document wrangling in terms of doing admin work, because as we can see in here, a lot of time goes into doing documents, doing standard admin work that takes a lot of time, and that time should especially be saved and should be dedicated towards helping the clients understanding their pain points and providing more value. Currently, one more thing that we have been seeing, and we got a lot of feedback from a lot of brokers, is that currently the in today's market, there is a competitive advantage to a broker or a firm that answers first, because there are multiple scenarios. What we have seen across is that clients are approaching brokers and firms, and then they want, especially the first home buyers are quite they have a lot of queries and they don't know, because they are tapping into their options with banks. They also go to mortgage brokers. They are confused. They don't know a lot of information around what are the benefits and everything. And in that case, I think the baseline is that the broker or the firm that gives answers correctly and the most quick is usually the one that gains the rep and gets the client. So that is sort of a trend currently we are seeing in the market. And currently, one other thing that how AI is helping a lot of mortgage brokers is that it is removing the blockers, especially the things around document wrangling in terms of doing admin work. And then it is providing more information into document intelligence around scanning. And there are compliance issues where you need to know how the AI tool is compliant and how you can scale in terms of, say, you are handling 20 clients or 30 clients or maybe 10 clients a month. And then if there is a scale, you should be in the position to scale without impacting the quality of the work. So today, we have Kunal. He's a professional and has more than a decade of industry experience in lending and mortgage broking, and his specialty is home loan. So currently, we are going to discuss issues around the pain points and day-to-day scenarios and challenges he faces with the clients, and there would be some interesting conversation we'll have. So I welcome Kunal. Hey, good morning, Kunal. How are you?
Morning, Eshan. Thank you. That's a really warm welcome. So appreciate those good words as well.
Yeah. So yeah, Kunal. So it would be a bit. I have few questions that I have got from a few interviews and sessions we had with our few clients, few mortgage brokers. So I'd be just going through a few of them. There is a lot, but few of them that we have shortlisted. I would be going through, and then you can provide your insights around how some of the pain points, is that a pain point for you, and if that is, how you try to overcome that. So the first one is that when say a prospect walks into your office or gets in touch with you and they ask, is that, will I be approved? Because people get confused, and then in that case, usually how you handle the situation and what is your way of comforting them.
Interesting. Um, Thanks, Eshan, for the question. But this is probably can't say the most common, but fairly frequent, especially in today's landscape where interest rates are quite high as well. So borrowing power has overall declined a little bit compared to what it was, let's say, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, just I think after COVID, where we were at 1.99%, 2%. So the servicings and the borrowing capacity was much better. But my honest answer is, while there is always a bank for every person, every borrower, I still can't guarantee an approval, right? Because the bank ultimately makes the decision, right? And what I can do as a broker is assess your situation the same way a lender would, right? That's how I would portray it, because there are so many factors that are involved in it, right? There's credit, there's your entire history, there's your income, there's your liabilities, right? So we have to assess all these situations and then understand and then apply for a loan. So as a broker, it's about positioning the application correctly before it even reaches the bank, right? So that's what we do as brokers, right? So I can straight away say, yes, you'll get an approval, but we still need to understand what your situation is. That you might not like the lender, but
Yeah.
it just depends on your situation, right? So that's how I would take it.
Yeah, that's quite a professional approach, because usually the clients, for a person who knows and has done some research, it's different. But usually, a lot of people come in and they want instance
Yeah.
queries solved and everything. Yeah, so that's quite good. So just in terms of the second one is sort of an add-on to the first question, is that, have you ever lost a client to another broker firm or broker, or to a bank, simply because they got an answer faster than you could, in terms of, yes, you would be instantly approved, or in a similar way?
Yeah, multiple times, I'd say. So it happens. Look, in our world, we are constantly talking to clients, right? And we take on clients on basis of who has actually come to us first, plus the amount of documentation and all of that that's involved in it. So we'll always give priority to the clients who's always come forward first, right, and have approached us. But yeah, the speed of communication is extremely important, I'd say, right? Clients don't always need a full answer immediately, but what they need is majorly acknowledgement and direction quickly, right? So let's say if a client comes back to me, I'll give you an example. One of the clients actually came in and asked, "Hey, can I get a pre-approval? I'm looking for my first home. Can I apply for a scheme?" Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? When you look at it, but there are multiple lenders who are actually doing it, right? Now, if that particular person goes to a bank, one particular bank, and says, hey, can you get me pre-approval? They'll do it in a split second, right? So yes, here you go. We'll do a system. Everything is system approved. There you go. There's your pre-approval as well. We'll get the forms, everything sorted. But you've gone to a particular bank. It may not be the perfect bank or the right bank, but you've got it quicker. So I've lost it that way as well. So saying that, again, coming back to my first answer, it's very important that I place my clients in the best position possible for them at the best lender, not just going to any bank that I want to, but it's important that I'm working for them. So in all this, responsiveness, communication are just as important as technical expertise as well. So that's how I put it.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Because yeah, like I had this experience with one of my friends. He was talking to me in terms of he went to his salary account was in a particular bank. He went to the bank for his first home loan, and he got a rate percent and stuff. And then he got in touch with a mortgage broker, and he got multiple options that were definitely better.
Hmm.
So yeah, that way, if you are a bit patient and you explore the market, I think that's where you get the best options.
Exactly. So that's the main goal of the broker, right? The broker is working for you, right? And we are trying to do the best we can do and assess. And it does take time in a way. It just depends on the complexity of the deal as well. And there's a lot of paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, we assess your situation before the bank could, so that we don't get declines, right? So
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
Yeah, that's quite good. So, like coming to my next question is that how many hours a week do you spend like researching lender policies because they change quite frequently, and then working with clients, as you said, that your day-to-day job is like having a lot of chat with the clients, and how do you keep up with this not high pressure, but you have to spend a considerable amount of time chatting with the clients. Then you have to do the policy search, and then you have to keep up with that policy changes and the nuances. So how do you handle these situations?
Well, there is definitely pressure. So, pressure of
Yeah.
getting back to your clients as soon as possible, getting it through, right? It's a very competitive world at the moment, and 80% of the loans are done by brokers. But coming back to your point on how much time goes, I really can't put a number to it. I'd say 20 to 30% of my time goes in understanding lender policies, give or take 10 to 15 hours a week is what we'll put, right?
Yeah.
And how we keep ourselves updated is we have aggregators who pass on communication. Lenders always have their training programs on policies as well. So we spend our time there too, right? Understanding what are the changes. Then there are other, like something like Brokerpedia or something like that. Then we have other softwares, like example, Quickly is also used. All of these software, and plus we have BDMs, right? They're business development managers who we can approach and understand. So most of the time, I've been around for quite a long time now. So if a client comes to me and asks, I do a pre-assessment, I'll basically know which lenders we can go to, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes there will always be that one-off thing, or there are certain changes, so we always have to go in and manually look at it, right? So that's where the time goes. And like I said, uh, a big part of broker's value is actually matching the right borrower to the right lender policy before the application even goes in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite interesting in terms of the work that goes into the into
Mm.
the process. So just elaborating a little bit more is that how much your admin time goes into like manually pulling, say if you have a lot of documents like bank statements, pay slips, ITR, and those documents. So if you are manually going through it, pulling numbers and the data, so how much time roughly goes into doing this stuff, and especially if might be a complex scenario or something like that?
Uh, Similar, as I say, like I said, 15 to 20 hours a week, 30% of my time goes in all of this. Now, if it's a simple PAYG client, that's not going to take too long.
Yeah.
15 minutes. It's straightforward. We have payslips. They're the best customers. Like everyone, like even lenders love them for that reason, right? Because it's simple for them,
Yeah.
right? Trick bit is when we want to find when it's a complex scenario like a self-employed, right, multiple entities involved, right. Now that is where it takes a far bit of a longer time, right. The first step is always going through those documents,
Yeah.
understanding where the income is, right, then aligning that with certain policies from different lenders, right. Okay, 1 year financials or 2 year financials, the complexity of it, and then going on to, okay, which lender will actually take it, and then taking those lenders and approaching the client, hey, these are the lenders that are uh, possibly good in your scenario, right? Considering the documentation that you've provided, right? So a fair bit of time and back and forth as well. So like most borrowers think getting a loan is about finding the lowest rate, right? But in reality, with complex scenarios, it's about finding the lender whose policy fits your story,
Yeah.
right? So that's how it would be. So it helps you getting decline applications, getting, avoiding those decline applications because we structure the deal correctly. And that's why it takes a long time as well, especially in complex scenarios.
Yep, yeah, exactly. That makes a lot of sense. And also, like as we started this around how AI has changed the landscape, and there are
Mhm.
multiple AI tools and stuff coming that uh, brokers are using, other people are also using. So, say for example, if ASIC knocked on your door tomorrow and asked you to justify why you recommended, say, a lender X or a policy for a specific client, could you able to explain it out immediately? Around that,
Absolutely.
what was okay?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Um, it is the important part of it, right? So, look, as brokers, we work in the interest of the clients. We work for the clients, and that's what I'm hoping for as well. Especially after what's happening with CBA, if you have heard about that, right? So, um, uh, we are tied down and binded by best interest duty, right? So, whatever is in the interest of the client is what we will put forward, right? So if ASIC comes back knocking on the door, yes, we'll have the relevant documentation. There will be a justification. That conversation would have been happened with the client as well as to why we are going to this particular lender, right? In when the customer is in confidence, only then we proceed with the loan, right? If the customer has any kind of doubts, any kind of slight doubts that no, this is not going to work out, or I have certain doubts about this, yeah, we go by customer's choice, right? But we always have to explain the pros and cons of it, right? And
Yeah,
that's why we'll always have a record of it. All of these, the conversations that we have, the paperwork that we have, the documentation that we have, that is all justifying. It is a lot of admin work, like you would have understood from what I'm saying, that there's a lot of admin work, but this is how it is. That's the job.
yeah, that's quite good. So another one which I get a lot of feedback and in few interviews I got this question is that currently when you hear around the AI for mortgage brokers and there are a few tools around, what is your gut reaction in terms of what AI tools do you need to actually use, and what is there in that AI tool that needs to be there so that it earns your trust?
Look, when I first heard of AI, and when it came up, I straight away didn't think that it's going to replace anyone, right? I think it's a long way to there. It's getting there. I didn't expect the speed at which it's growing. It's getting there, but my thought was that how is this going to help me, right? Then help me place loans faster, give me time back in the day, right? Um, how much of my time am I going to save in the admin work so that I can use that time to speak to clients, get more clients into my world, right? That's what was my take on it. And I would say that anything that helps me with my admin work, which is policies, which is, day-to-day activities that I'm doing, right? If anything that helps, I am really happy to adopt it, right? As long as it can save me time in the day. That's my more important thing, and I can use that time effectively to speak to my clients.
Yeah, exactly right. But because yeah, like for compliance and for other data security and other issues that need to understand around how the AI tool is comprised of and what's the fundamentals. Yeah, that's quite put together in terms of using because we also use different AI tools. But the
Mhm.
main thing is around how compliant it is in, especially given the data security that Australia demands. It's a bit different. So yeah, that's quite good. So for like the another question which I have for you is that the last question for today is that there are a lot of brokers currently who are watching this webinar, and what one piece of advice would you try to suggest to them in terms of adopting a new AI tool, say in your workflow?
Um, well, I guess like I'm a broker, and all other brokers are also on the same path that I am, right? So they must be in the same boat. Everyone wants to just save time in the day-to-day admin activities, the day-to-day policy research activities, right? So if there is something that is, uh, if the best technology in broking isn't actually the flashiest of them all, it's actually that quietly removes hours of admin so I can spend more time advising clients, right?
Yep.
That's what I would put, and I would take from here as well. Like if at any point of time this there is something that can help me do that, that's great. And after that, that'll also help me with effective communication with my clients because it's going to save me that time, right, to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite good put together. Yeah. So yeah, so these were the questions we had for you, Kunal, around like we take a lot of interviews and feedbacks, and obviously we also work in the AI and we have different tools and stuff. But these were the questions that were quite frequent, what we got as a feedback and as a queries from fellow brokers. So at this point, I'll just share my screen again, and I will share around some things more around uh what yeah, it's quite good picture of you over here. So just
Didn't
around
quite a
like
younger picture of mine though.
yeah, it's quite good, yeah. So just coming back to how Kunal put around the AI tool, we also have few tools we have been working with, and one of them is Builure AI. Later on, it's the details are all over here. I will just show a snippet around what we have trying to do is that we have taken all these pain points currently from the feedbacks and from the queries we had from a lot of brokers, and we have tried to drill down to the pain points around how we can save on the admin time. So it's a free tool, a free trial is available. You can have a look around, and the current impact we are seeing that is that the admin time for the brokers has been cut down considerably, and it is currently one of the AI tools that brokers use, and it is providing good ROI in terms of saving the time and talking to clients more and saving a lot of resources. Now we have one more tool over here, front desk, and you can go and check it over here. If I can quickly show you around, it's basically a agent that is created for mortgage brokers, and people spend a lot of thousands of dollars on SEO, and then you get traffic on your website. But once it is there, a lot of leads get lost, and then here the agent is there. It's a trained mortgage broker that handles the user queries for you. It can speak 70 plus languages, and then it has built-in calendars, and it is entirely AI agent, and it owns the leads for you, creates the appointments, follows up, and this is something that is currently being used by a lot of businesses, a lot of mortgage brokers. Uh, So this is one product that currently we have, and in similar way, there is no a credit card or anything required. You can just do a free trial. You can get in there, create your agent, and you can see how it works. Another one that we have is the Builure AI, and this is also quite similar to the other tool. Is you can create a trial, you can use it for 7 days, and you can see if it is something that is working for you. And just to show you uh, around, I hope you are able to see the Billier AI screen. Uh,
No, we can't see that.
okay, I'll just quickly, yeah, I'll just quickly share that other one. Yep. So this is the other tool, and it has our front desk agent working for it. So I'll just show you a quick scenario around how you can save the admin time, and that gives you extra time to go on, have a better rapport with the client, and have more chat around. So this is the mortgage broker tool in the tool section. And in here, you can have multiple, say, for example, there is the doc AI. So what you can do is you can drop multiple documents around, and the AI goes through it, and it gives you the all the important information. Say, for example, if uh, I have a payslip, a lot of payslips I have, and if I want to get the details out of that, usually you have tax returns, you have statements, and a lot of different documents, and you want some particular fields that are usable to you, and then rest of the details is something not so you can easily get all the data important fields for you, and the AI also tells you the confidence in terms of missing things. And this you can do with like hundreds of documents you put together, and then it gives you a format for the aggregator you are using. Another smart use case here to save time is the estimator. So say, for example, you want to estimate the borrowing capacity or anything, and then you have hundreds of fields to fill. But what you did is that when you were having chat with the client, you were taking some notes. So say, for example, you got some notes around when you were having a chat with the client, and you created everything, and you just copy the notes, and you just put it in the AI, and then you just extract the fields. So what the AI does, it will automatically fill all the estimates, and it will tell you where are the gaps and everything. So you don't have to manually enter every data or every detail, and then you just get in a second, you get the borrowing capacity and everything details, and everything is here in front of you. So a few things around this you can explore, and it's quite powerful. And make a free trial. The details are there. I will show you. And always we welcome any feedback you have for us. And currently there are a lot of businesses and mortgage brokers who are using both Billier AI as well as front desk. And currently the feedback what we have received is quite good, and we are getting signups, new clients, and this is something that we are aiming to build with your feedback, because the best products that do well in the market are usually the ones that handle the actual pain points for actual clients and customers. So yeah, that was it for today. We appreciate your time and interest, and we will be sending this deck as you. And now I'm opening the floor for any questions we have from our participants. There are a lot in terms of what you agree is the pain points what Kunal mentioned over here, or maybe you have some different or more unique and intriguing pain points. So if you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat, or you can ask directly. Yeah, Kunal, I think you raised your hand. You want to add on something?
I would like the question if I can.
Yeah.
So thanks for that demo that you did show me, but you did
Yeah.
mention notice of assess. I could read a little bit notice of assessments and individual tax returns. So that is something that Builure AI is now comfortable and is doing it already.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
is able to analyze it, and it gives us a short description or maybe some
Yeah.
pointers on what's involved in the ITR. That's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah. So currently, how is that? It's currently has 100 plus lender policies and it has live rates. So what it does is that it analyzes the client situation, going through multiple points and a lot of parameters, and then it shortlists the best lenders and options for you. So it gives you a head start in the right direction, and obviously after that you have to go and analyze that, but it gives you a head start and saves on the admin time a lot. So you can provide a, a better, I would say, option to the client, and how clients feels more valued, and also they gain more confidence. So that's where it's saving a lot of time. So one question that currently I can see over here is that usually getting leads is quite good, but once clients come up, they do some research and everything, and they come up with a predefined notion of around these lenders and things I have to go with. So in that case, if that is not the best option for them, how you talk with the client to give them the best advice from your side without confronting them.
So sorry, if you could just repeat that question again.
Yep. So the question is that usually clients do their own research and they come to you with a predefined notion of some lender or some rates they have in mind. And if that is not the best option, how you provide the best option and offer to them without confronting them.
There you go. That's actually the question has the answer as well, right? So the customers, or let's say clients, they come up, they do their research. They go on Google, they go and compare the market, they look at some rates, some advertising campaigns from lenders who want them to take their application. But when they go to a broker, they go and you assess and you say that possibly this is not the right lender for you. The question is, or the answer there itself is why, right? That's where transparency comes in place. Okay. You basically actually have to tell them that these are the issues in your application, right? Or these are the issues, right? You have to put it subtly as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's a way to put it across. And I guess in terms of experience, that you can basically tell them that, look, over the past years or over the last 1 year, this is, let's say, credit is one of the issues, just as an example. These are the number of inquiries you've done, right? Can you tell me why and what went behind these inquiries, right? What are the purpose of these inquiries? Okay, so and so answer. That's possibly the reason the credit score has dropped a bit. Explain them how we can improve the credit score in the future, right? And then at the moment, in the current scenario, possibly this lender that you have thought of or you have done your research with may not accept it, right? So there is a chance that the system or the system that the lender has might auto decline it, right? Do we want to take those chances? I feel as a broker that this particular lender, the other choices, while the rates are competitive or even better in some cases, feel that there's a slightly higher chance or 90 to 100% chance that it will get approved, right?
Yep.
So you have to weigh your options. You have to understand what is right, and you put that across in front of the client. In the end, it's their choice, right?
Yep.
If they say that you want to take a choice, you want to take a chance, I'm happy to do it with that lender as well. But these are the pros and these are the cons, right? In this way, you have actually told the lender or told the customer that, look, I have given you the options, I warned you about it, right? And if it comes back negative, then you've already informed the client. If it comes back positive, that's good, right? So you come back and tell, hey, look, it worked out. I did a little bit of restructuring, right? Went back, spoke to the BDM, spoke to the assessors. You worked for the client, in favor of the client, and we got the loan approved, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about, again, effective communication and transparency.
Yeah, I think that's very, very important, and for any conversation, that if you are building the repo and the client is comfortable with you in terms of uh, getting the queries solved and getting the answers, I think that builds the trust, and that is effective communication, as you mentioned around. Another
Correct.
question that we have got is around how do you connect to aggregators CRM? So I'm not sure if this is a question for you or me,
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah.
for possibly to you in this
Yeah.
case.
So currently we have few ways of doing it. One is the standard authentication we do with the CRM. Another point is that we create the aggregator format ready text so that you can use with the exact fields, and you can feed in. So both the ways it's possible. It depends upon what aggregator CRM you are using. There are a lot of CRMs in there, so we are working on it. And the most popular ones and the bigger ones we have, and slowly we would be moving into connecting them also. It would be a one-stop solution where we have integrations to all the CRMs and all the tools. Yeah. So I think that was it with the questions. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar. I hope you guys got something out of it. And in terms of the tools and everything what we have discussed around, few we have created that are Australian built, fully compliant, are ISO SOC 2 ready. So in terms of having a look, make a free trial, have a look, play with it, and if you have any feedback, both positive and negative, we are always open to that, and hopefully you will get something out of it. So yeah, with that, I would be ending the webinar today. Thank you so much, Kunal, for taking time out of your busy schedule to have a very intriguing chat with us. And I personally learned a lot from all of that, and hopefully I will conduct another one soon. And we are looking forward to it. So with
Thank
that,
you.
thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you.